Good morning. Lesson 3-5. Divide with whole and mixed numbers. Whew. Well, let's skip some of that. Let's try this. Oopsie, sorry you can't see. 3 over 5 divided 2 over 1. Well, it's because it was divide 2, and 2 is a whole number, and remember 2 as a whole number equals 2 divided by 1, because 2 divided by 1 is 2. Okay, do you remember how we divide fractions? That's right, write the first one, then multiply by the reciprocal. And then we check for common factors. 5 and 1 don't share anything but a 1. 2 and 3 don't share anything but a 1. So we can just multiply straight across. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10. 3/5 divided by 2 is 3 over 10. We're just going to skip some of that stuff. All right, let's get down here to this check. I'm on page 180. Ernesto is making decisions for classroom bulletin boards. He's cutting 3/4 yard fabric into 6 pieces. So just to visualize what's happening, he's got a piece of fabric. That fabric is 3/4 of a yard, okay? But he's going to cut it into 6 pieces. And we want to know how big is one of those pieces, okay? So write and solve an equation. That's going to be 3/4 divide 6. And then solve it. Well, we're going to solve it. Okay, so we just said that we're going to change this to 6 over 1. Then to divide fractions, you keep the first one the same and then multiply by the reciprocal. So we flipped the 6 and 1. Okay, now we look cattywampus. Do 4 and 1 share a factor besides 1? Nope. Do 3 and 6? Yes, they share 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And now we can multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Each piece will be 1/8 yard long. Okay, so again, a whole number into a fraction is putting itself over 1. To divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal is you flip it vertically. Okay, most of these are just practicing what to do if there's a whole number. But let's look at this example too, because not only do we have a whole number, we've got a mixed number. So things can get really confusing. So let's figure out what to do. Well, the 6 we know. So, oh, they give us these boxes. I don't like to use the boxes. They give us the 6. 6 over 1. But then we've got this 3 1/3. Here's how you do it. 3 1/3. Okay? The denominator times the whole number. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10 over your original 3. Okay? Here's what really happens. You find that there are 9/3 in a 3, and there's 1/3 in the 1/3, and you add it up and you get 10/3. Okay? Now we can do our regular division. So our algorithm says multiply, well, you got to write the first number, Miss D, then multiply by the reciprocal. Do 1 and 3 share a factor? No. Do 6 and 10? Yeah, a 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and then we multiply. 5 times 1, 5. 3 times 3, 9. 5 over 9. That would be your answer. Okay, so again, when you have mixed numbers, you got to make that mixed number into an improper fraction. That's a 5th grade skill, so this is a reminder of how to do it. Denominator times whole number, add numerator. Put it all over the original denominator. Okay, we can practice that again. Ooh, let's do the check because it's got 2 of those. Awesome. 2 3/8. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 3 is 19, all over 8. And then we've got 1 1/4. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, all over 4. So now we can replace these numbers. 19 over 8 divide 5 over 4. Okay, and then remember to divide fractions, keep the first one the same, then multiply by the reciprocal. And then we'll check for things they have in common. Do 8 and 4 have anything in common? A 2, but also a 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Do 5 and 19 have anything in common? No, they're both primes. So now we can multiply. 19 times 1 is 19. 2 times 5 is 10. And now we have an improper fraction. What are we going to do? We're going to take numerator divided by denominator. So if you wanted to do this by hand, you'd take 19 divided by 10. And 10 goes into 19 once. 1 times 10 is 10. 9 left over. 9 tenths. 1 and 9 tenths. I think that's all we'll do. So let's see. Today we reminded ourselves that to get a whole number to a fraction is to put it over 1. Put over 1, like this. 7 equals 7 over 1. Okay? To change a mixed number to a fraction, okay, we're going to go, let's not put this in words. Let's do this one. So if we had, let's keep our 7 and 2/5. Okay? I'll do it with my pen like I normally would, but here's what you do. 5 times 7 plus 2 equals your numerator. And the 5, the original 5, equals your denominator. So 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37, and our denominator is still 5. Okay, good luck.